In the car industry, when they refer to a two-box vehicle, they basically mean one box for the engine and one box for the people and stuff. In this particular case, it's a hatchback, a very practical design for a small car because, as you can see, there's lots of room for stuff in the back of that thing. Now, hatchbacks, particularly in the United States, have a very seedy reputation, best exemplified by the old TV show Frasier. Remember Frasier? Niles, his brother, was even snobbier than Frasier was, and he lost every dime in his divorce, was forced to live in this shabby little condo, and he once said to his brother, "I've been forced to drive a hatchback," like this was the worst thing in the world. But when you think about it, crossovers and SUVs like this vehicle, it's just a hatchback on steroids. Station wagons, which are the sort of vehicle I prefer, same idea, it's a hatchback. Even this minivan, which of course has its status issues all its own, the most practical form of vehicle ever designed. You compare that to a sedan, and you think, that really doesn't make much sense, does it? I mean, this sedan, you're buying the footprint. Well, why don't you buy the air rights? You could have all this space to carry stuff, and it doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Why wouldn't you do that? Well, maybe things are starting to turn around. In the States, Ford, Fiesta, and Focus, they were expecting maybe single-digit penetration for hatchbacks. They're getting 2 and 3 times that much. And Chevrolet Cruze, they've got a hatchback model. And, of course, the Honda Civic, they're bringing back the hatchback, which, of course, is where the Civic started in this country all those years ago. So I got to thinking, maybe it's these people driving these great big SUVs. They start to think, maybe that's not such a bad idea. And if a big SUV owner is buying a car for his daughter to go to university, maybe he would buy her a hatchback because it just makes sense to have all that space for her to take her stuff to university. So maybe after me ranting for 30 years about these big, ugly, unsafe SUVs, gas-guzzling monsters, maybe there's a silver lining after all. I'm Jim Kenzie.